It's based on a theory that's proposed by John Stuart Mill, the father of liberalism, who said that people should be allowed to do what they want to do, what they wish to do, as long as they're not harming anyone else. So obviously this sounds good if you hear it like it's a wishy-washy statement, but what are the implications? What is harm? Muslims will define harm not just only like physical harm. So if you think, oh, I'm wearing skimpy clothes and it's not harming you, it's none of your business, but it's not good for the ummah. It's not good example for the young girls. It's not good example for the boys as well, the boys and even adults, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَلَا تَخْضَعْنَ بِالْقَوْلِ فَيَطْمَعَ الَّذِي فِي قَلْبِهِ مَرَضٌ. Don't be seductive in your speech. Perhaps you will harm somebody that has a disease in the heart. So harm is not just physical. It can do a lot of things to people. And our belief is that, what you do it has a resultant effect in the world. So if we don't stop the bad actions, even of others, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, according to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah is on the verge of covering all of us with his adab, his torment. So it's a very selfish thing to say that I'm not harming you. Well, you're harming the world actually, not just me, because your bad action has an effect. It has a metaphysical effect, and we can all be punished. We believe that as Muslims because of these bad deeds that are not stopping, even though you think it's only you and a group of people that agree to do it. And that's why Allah says, اتقوا فتنة الذي لا تصيبن الذين ظلموا منكم خاصة. Fear the fitna that's not only going to harm those people that did the bad action. It'll harm all of us. So of course Muslims, these kind of things, or this particular understanding has seeped into the psyche of Muslims. Love yourself, self-crush. And you see women in hijab saying it, I'm loving myself. I don't know what these things mean. Well, love yourself. Of course you have to take care of yourself. Alaykum anfusakum, Allah says. Take care of yourself, but that's a spiritual thing. The Sunnah actually tells us if you take care of other people's needs, the Prophet said Allah will take care of yours. Everything will be under control for you. So this idea of worshipping the self, right? Narcissism. It's me, myself and I, I'll do me. It's really alien to Islam. It has nothing to do with this. So of course Muslims have to guard their ummah, right? And we have a concept of ukhuwa. Innal mu'minuna ikhwa fa aslihu bayna akhawaykum. The believers are brothers, so make islah, make reform, right? Within the ummah, within the brotherhood. So of course if I see Muslims doing certain things, I'll talk to them. To an extent, I could even talk to a non-Muslim about certain things that are clearly wrong. And for me, that's very important. It's part of the reason why Muslims should be aware of the other faith, right? What does Christianity say about, modesty? There are some very, very tough verses in the Bible. A woman should not talk in church, right? The woman who has to talk should shave her hair, right? It's right there in the Old Testament. And the New Testament, Jesus said, I only come to re-establish the law, not to negate it. So it's part and parcel of the and of course, Ibn Qayyim wrote about 20 volumes on Christianity, still there, right? And it's to show you that we have to understand each other's faith. So it doesn't negate a Muslim from practicing his faith, and there's ihsan in that, and that's why we actually get reprieve. The reason why we get relief is because there are some good people out there doing good work, good Muslims, preaching, telling it as it is, and not compromising, not for style, not for fame. And for the benefit of those people, we all survive. There's a hadith that says, إِنَّكُمْ لَتَنْصُرُنَّ بِدُعَفَائِكُمْ. You're only helped because of the poor people, the weak ones in society. So we believe that if there's a bunch of ummah or a bunch of people, rijal or nisa, doing good stuff, we get the reward for it, right? The reward is that we get safety from Allah. Allah looks at us with rahmah because of those people. Just as if we allow the harm principle to take precedence and everybody does what they like on the premise that it's not harming you, then whatever happens to to us is at the detriment of all of us, right? Allah decides to take up, and that's why Allah says, the Prophet used to say, Allah, don't take us bima fa'ala sufaha minna, by what don't take us based on what the foolish people amongst us do, based on, I'm not harming anybody. So this is not an Islamic ideal. It's really stupid to say, oh, I'm not harming you. Do your life, right? Do you. That's what they say. It's very un-Islamic.